It's the most mysterious book ever discovered. A manuscript written in an unknown language with illustrations of plants that don't exist, stars that don't match our skies, and diagrams that seem to belong to no known science. For more than 6 centuries, the Voynich Manuscript has resisted every attempt to unlock its secrets. Scholars, linguists, and codebreakers have all tried and failed. But where did it come from? Who wrote it? And what truth, or illusions, lie within its pages? The story begins not in the Middle Ages, but in 1912. In a small villa near Rome, a Polish-American bookseller named Wilfrid M. Voynich uncovered a strange handwritten volume while purchasing old manuscripts from a Jesuit college. Voynich realized instantly that he had found something exceptional. The pages, over 240 of them, were covered in looping, elegant script and strange, vivid illustrations. He could not read a single word. Voynich, an antiquary of great curiosity, brought the book to London and began showing it to scholars. They were equally baffled. No one could identify the language, the author, or even the purpose. The mystery spread like wildfire through Europe's academic circles, soon reaching the newspapers. The media dubbed it the world's most mysterious manuscript. Voynich himself described it as, quote, an undiscovered cipher of medieval origin, possibly holding lost knowledge. Whether that was an honest observation or a clever marketing line remains uncertain. But the intrigue worked. The manuscript's legend was born. In 1915, the New York Times published an article under the headline, "Book Nobody Can Read." From that moment, the manuscript stepped into popular culture, feeding both fascination and doubt. Some believed it was a genuine artifact from a forgotten civilization. Others suspected an elaborate hoax crafted to deceive the scholarly world. Over time, the Voynich Manuscript would become more than a historical object. It became a symbol of the human desire to understand the unknown, a mirror reflecting both our curiosity and our limits. To understand the manuscript, we must go deeper into its pages, its language, and its history. Carbon dating places the vellum, the animal skin the manuscript is written on, between 1404 and 1438. That means it was likely created during the European Renaissance, a time of discovery, science, and secrecy. Yet even with this knowledge, the text remains indecipherable. The writing itself, dubbed Voynichese, doesn't match any known alphabet. Linguists have counted over 20 distinct characters, repeating with a strange rhythm, as though they followed real linguistic rules. Some words recur frequently, others only once. But the letters seem too consistent to be random, too patterned to be gibberish. When the manuscript's pages are categorized, 5 main sections appear: a botanical section filled with unrecognizable plants, an astronomical section with diagrams of stars and zodiac symbols, a balneological section showing naked female figures bathing in green pools connected by elaborate plumbing, a cosmological section of mysterious circular diagrams, and finally a pharmaceutical section listing what appear to be herbs, roots, and jars. At the end, pages of text, perhaps recipes or incantations, close the book. Historians have compared the handwriting to late medieval script, but no direct match has been found. Linguists have applied everything from frequency analysis to artificial intelligence. Even the U.S. National Security Agency, NSA, reportedly examined the text during the Cold War, hoping to test new decryption techniques. No success. Over the centuries, theories multiplied. Some claimed it was the work of a secret alchemist, preserving forbidden knowledge from the church. Others linked it to Roger Bacon, a 13th century English scholar rumored to have experimented with coded writing. Voynich himself was convinced that Bacon was the author, perhaps in an attempt to increase the manuscript's value. By the mid-20th century, cryptanalysts like William Friedman, one of the greatest American codebreakers, devoted years to the Voynich puzzle. Friedman concluded, reluctantly, that the text might represent an artificial or constructed language, but its meaning was lost. In one of his final notes, he wrote, "The Voynich Manuscript is an unsolved problem that will remain so until someone discovers a Rosetta Stone." Media coverage during this period continued to shape the manuscript's image. Popular science magazines featured it as the unsolvable code, while television programs portrayed it as a link to lost civilizations. The more the press speculated, the more the mystery deepened. In the digital age, the Voynich Manuscript found new life. After Yale University digitized it in 2017, millions of users accessed it online. Amateur cryptographers, linguists, and enthusiasts from around the world began offering new interpretations. Some claimed to decode individual words, herb, water, or light. Others saw patterns suggesting a lost Proto-Romance language or even an encoded form of Hebrew. In 2020, a team of researchers from the University of Alberta used machine learning to analyze the text. Their conclusion? The script may be algorithmically structured like natural language, yet the meaning remains elusive. Every theory opens new doors, only for them to close again. The Voynich Manuscript stands as both artifact and mirror. It tells us as much about the minds that study it as about the person who wrote it. And still, the pages whisper. Through strange plants, alien stars, and fluid language, speaking a message no one can yet understand. Today, the Voynich Manuscript rests safely in the Beinecke Rare Book Library at Yale. Visitors can see it under glass, a book still defying the world. It has survived wars, revolutions, and centuries of human curiosity. Each generation rediscovers it, trying once again to decipher what might not be meant to be read. Perhaps its true message is not within its words, but in our obsession to interpret them. The manuscript reflects our enduring hope that all mysteries can be solved, that every code, no matter how ancient, hides meaning rather than emptiness. Some say it's a forgotten scientific treatise. Others think it's an elaborate hoax, artistic experiment from an age of secret knowledge. But there's also a possibility that it's something in between, a sincere attempt to communicate across time, written in a language we no longer know how to hear. The media continues to keep the Voynich Manuscript alive. Each decade brings new documentaries, articles, and viral theories. Its mystery thrives not because it is understood, but precisely because it isn't. In the end, the Voynich Manuscript remains what it has always been, an unreadable book, yet a perfectly legible story about the human pursuit of meaning. As one researcher wrote, the manuscript speaks most clearly in its silence, and maybe that silence is the real secret.